So today I'm going to talk a little bit about T22, although it's not the main topic. I'm just going to cover it because it's in the boxes, as you know, in the shop. So yes, it is overpowered. But what is the main topic of this video? But it is overpowered in right hands. So what inspired me to make this video actually? So I'm making this video because just like in 10 minutes ago some guy actually was angry with me and sad with me, everything at once because he couldn't penetrate me with T92E1 frontally. So what is the problem here? It is not the problem that T22 is a little bit overpowered. So the real problem here is because this guy obviously didn't ever hear about tactic called flanking. So he could easily wipe me out, just by flanking me or even using his rockets, Even although after this update 6.9, I think, is that actually rockets are a little bit harder to use, but it doesn't matter. So what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to say that people, please don't be like that guy. Try to use tactics like flanking or surprising enemy vehicles, something like that. It isn't all about things like, just shooting things up close and personal or frontal, Actually, I'm going to show you that video after what happened. So he had like 3 bounces, that's what he said, I don't know exactly. But it doesn't even matter. What matters is that he didn't use his brain, and that's the most important weapon in this game, the brain, not the things, In every single aspect of life, the best weapon you can use against other people or other things in your life is your brain to solve the problem, It isn't the problem that he whined about how he couldn't penetrate me. As I said, he could easily penetrate me. There was no one around on the right side of the map, if I remember correctly, He could have just backed out, There were like 2 tanks with me. He could actually confuse them or confuse us, if you want to say it like that, And they would just push us down and we would lose. But we actually won. I died, but that doesn't matter because we won. So people, please use your brain. Even if premium ammo doesn't work, use your brain. It is the most important thing in this game, just to use your brain. I mean, I could whine all night long or all day long, about like, I don't know how Smasher killed me because I stood in front of him, and he penetrated me from all the possible angles he could, with his heat shells or just spam me with high explosive shells. But I don't do that. I use my brain in the game. Yes, I have 50%, but I'm above that 50%, so I actually win more than I lose, I'm not a superior player by any means. I mean, I can actually sorry, I can actually win some games because I use my brain. So angle your tank, and if T22 appears in front of you, try to screw him up, like trying to flank or something like that, It isn't at all that isn't like being a coward, you know, uh, just to flee away, you know, with your tank and don't do anything. That is cowardness. But that isn't cowardness, that is creativity, you know. So actually this isn't the best example, but this is the first example that I actually could remember. So do soldiers just cry about how they cannot defeat their enemy, you know, or they always try something new, you know? So the Taliban's, I mean, that is crappy example, but the Taliban's won't just, you know, like go at M1 Abrams frontally and try to destroy it with RPG. They will disable it with RPG, and they will actually try to retrieve it or something like that, you know. You won't, if you're outnumbered, you won't be charging at the enemy, you know. You will try to stand your position and try to actually barricade yourself as best as possible to, if you're like waiting for reinforcements, you know, you'll try to just to wait it out, you know, by fighting and everything, just for your survival in the army. And this is just like that. You won't be facing T-22 medium with a light tank, you know. Light tank is a light tank for a reason. It's here for circling enemy tanks. It's here for spamming damage all day long, you know, but not frontally. I do not actually cry when I encounter the mouse with my Sheridan, you know. I try to actually circle it and destroy it, you know. The best way is that actually, to circle enemy tanks that have strong armor, you know. It's not all about damage per minute. It's not all about damage per shot, reload time. It's all in your brain. So tell me honestly, how many times have you seen the enemy that has like, I don't know, even 100, that has a lowest damage per minute almost on the tier 10? How many have you seen those players who are good players defeat like them in a tank that is SU 1 to 254, you know? Yes, it is a tier lower, but it has a greater DPM and it will out DPM it good, you know. So that's it for this topic, and now I will actually show you the replay, guys. So I just wanted to show you what all of us have to actually get through all day long, you know, while playing this game. So here we are rushing to the middle because that's where mediums fight, you know, and also we have only 2 mediums, so that maybe wasn't the brightest idea, but still we are here, you know. And just to tell you, here is Type 61. I actually had a nightmare with this tank here, but here is that T92E1, you know. RBC died almost immediately, and we are 1 tank down here now. So this is the moment where the shit show began. Why? Well, because as you can see, all of them are spotted and all of them are very, very near. So yes, I do bounce damage, and yes, I actually didn't receive a lot of damage right now, you know. But I don't know, guys. This battle was good, although I died, but we defended our position very, very good. So yes, this is the Death Star, first damage of the match for me. So we're now 2 tanks down. So the situation is very, very bad for us. So now, just now, this IS-7 will try to push me and actually will penetrate me, but I will also deal some damage to it, and he will be a pain in the ass. Sorry. So this is the first shot that he got into me. So as you can see, we are all around, you know, just flanked all around, you know. We're encircled in one tiny circle where we actually stood our position. This is actually the second shot, I think. Yes, the second shot that bounced. And I think I actually killed him or someone else, it doesn't matter. So here we do something crucial. We actually started to take out the tanks that are actually nearest to us, you know. And here's that E100. That is not a good idea to just get, you know, that in the open, that tank, you know, because it's just huge. And by this moment I actually thought, this is it, we lost. But they didn't push quite right, so here I think it will be the third shot, yes, that didn't go through. So I think he will just now get wrecked, so I don't know what was he thinking, you know. There on this side wasn't anyone. He could have performed so better job, you know. Here, a fourth shot didn't go through. I mean, he now just could have used high explosive shell, you know. And now he killed me. And he said it didn't fair. You will see just right enough here. So he will just whine about how this isn't fair, you know. And I don't know. I just don't know what to say about that, you know. Well, we won. We actually won it pretty good, you know. Looking back at the situation we've been, we should have died. We definitely should have died. What's happened with that waffle traptor? Well, I think he will actually get wrecked in E100. No, sorry, I was mistaken. Yes, and I said either lose or win, GG. And now he will start to talk, you know, your tank is just overpowered. Well, man, you could have flanked me. You could do something and not just you know, shoot me up front. As I said, light tanks, tank classes are here for a reason, you know. And I told him, you're in a light against T22 medium, and that's that's not unfair. That's just how it is, you know. And it's not actually how to say unfair. It is overpowered, but it is overpowered in right hands, you know. It is not just like let's say I don't know what tank would be overpowered. That is, I don't know. Those people wouldn't win even if you would give them an M1 Abrams, you know, or T14 Armata. So if you understand what I mean, you know, they just wouldn't win if they're not good enough. But if you give that tank to a right person that can win and will win, they will definitely wreck you. They will just wreck you and rip you apart, you know. And for all as I know, and I know quite a bit about this game because I'm here already 5 years, the only thing that will get overpowered by a player that doesn't know how to play will be the tank's armor or the tank's speed. I mean, look at the Dracula. About 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it's still overpowered. I mean, it still is. But you can't tell me that if you would give that to a 39% player, that actually they would win in it like a professional player. No, they wouldn't. They just wouldn't. You know, I just love Scorpion G as a tank. Actually, tank destroyer. And Why I love it so much? So I love it so much because its DPM is already great, and its high explosive penetration is actually very good. And it actually depends on a skill of a player when to use HE or when not to use HE. I've been in so many situations that people in a tank just show me their butt, or show me their side, and of course I will reach out for HE shot. I mean, why the hell not? If they are offering themselves to me, why I wouldn't take that shot? And then those people like this player in T92E1 just cry about how they couldn't win, how that tank is overpowered. Man, it's not overpowered. I mean, it is, but in certain hands. I don't say I'm the best player around, because I'm certainly not. I would definitely lose a 1 versus 1 match versus 60 or 70% player, you know. But definitely I will not lose 7 versus 7 match that easy. I mean, I don't know. I rarely went to a 1 versus 1 match. I think of it as stupid. I mean, nobody wants to play like best of 3. They'll just want to humiliate you that you don't know how to play, and you certainly do know how to play. And I don't know, man. You decide, is T22 overpowered in general, or is it just overpowered in the right hands? So I don't think it's overpowered in general. I don't know. I don't know. If let's say it like this: if you give a man a suit, it's still just a man. Nothing in particular. Just a regular man. But if you give it to the smart man, he will know how to use it in a real life, how to actually attract some girls, how to look smart, and things like that. We all need to take things like T22 and Smash with a grain of salt. You don't just want to say, yes, it's definitely overpowered. I mean, come on, man. If I gave you like, I don't know, tier 10, and this player is really good with heavy tanks, and he's like in a Tiger 2 and you're in like Sheridan, I bet he would still win in a tier 8 match versus 10. I just don't know. I just I don't know. I don't know, you decide, guys. I just started to enjoy so many matches on tier 10 with my Scorpion G. Whenever I go into platoon, I mostly play Scorpion G, and I tell like to my friends or to the random people that I play with, I just tell them, please just man, take tier 9. So take tier 9 because I want to play tier 8 versus tier 10 match. It's just boring to play with a Scorpion G with a skill on a tier 8. It's just boring. I mean, I know all you need to do in a Scorpion G is to stay put far behind, because it's accurate and everything. But it isn't just that. In a Scorpion G, it is all about finishing a match, not starting it. If you don't actually, I don't know. I will let's say it like this. I will show you this replay right now. I won't skip. I won't anything. I will just show you this replay. I sadly lost, but this is what I want to tell you. So this is how I played actually Scorpion G. Let's skip it for a moment until we get to the hill. So we actually did it as a real sniper, you know. Let me show to you how I play this one. So I mean, I did lose this one, but if I didn't do that mistake later on, I would probably win, you know. Let's just watch this one. So we're here on the hill, just chilling around, you know, in our Scorpion G, and nobody actually spotted someone. I actually thought I would win, but sadly I didn't. So here's our first shot in T28 prototype. So that was quite nice. Then the shit hit the fan, so everybody around me started dying. So that was pretty bad. I say we unfortunately lost, but this was one of my better games, you know. So I sadly used this HE shot because I was afraid the AP wouldn't be enough, but it probably would be enough, but never mind now. But what I want to tell you, this game isn't about starting a match. As you can see, only 1300 damage by now, you know, and it's like 3 minutes past. So it was all about finishing the match. It is just 2 of us against 5 enemy tanks, and they are mostly tier 8, but they are all mostly low HP. So here it is, T49 dead, and this is the moment when other T49 should have backed up, because I think he just got killed now. Yes, he shouldn't do that, because they got him, you know, they got him good. But we did now take out that T28 prototype, so 1 enemy less. Yes, that's it. And now he dies. Sadly. I don't know who killed him actually. I think it was that Scorpion G. Yes, if it would be more accurate shot, we would kill him. And now it is 3 versus 1. And what can I say about this match? It was really unfortunate. I lost most of my HP, but I got to like 4k damage, I think, or almost 4k damage, and 4 kills. So this ended quite bad for me. I wanted the mastery, but I got like 2nd class because of the loss. So this is when I made a mistake. I used my adrenaline now, you know, and I just knew I would out reload him, you know. And now it's just Scorpion and E25, and E25, to be honest, fucked me up real good. So I destroyed him eventually, but at what cost? At cost of like 500 HP, I think. So he's going right at me, you know. So it didn't end as I wanted to, but this is just about, you know, other tactics, also about flanking, about sniping, you know, about doing your job in a team, you know. It isn't about win or lose. I did lose, but it doesn't matter. You know, everybody cheered for me, but unfortunately this scorpion went right up here, you know, and just killed me. But as I said, it doesn't matter. I actually think it could be Joel, you know. He also had 4 kills, so respect to that guy. So guys, that was all I wanted to tell you today and to talk about, you know. So actually nobody did good damage in my team except 3 of us actually, and they did quite a nice job, 2 of them, E25 and T49. Let's see how this guy went. Yes, 44%. Fuck. So let's go through the details. Damage dealt 703, 478, 566, 201, 660, and total damage of 1000x and 60 damage. So this was all for today, guys. Thanks for watching and see you next time.